Rod Wave was just arrested and released for letting off 14 of them things at a person. But when you find out who he let off on, you might look at Rod Wave in a different light. We got another rapper that's dumb as hell. Rod Wave, man. Rod Wave is not supposed to be in this situation at all. I'm going to tell you what I feel like he is, man. He's a victim of fame, just like a lot of these other artists. They get in this position, they get a lot of money, they get a lot of fame, and they get a lot of dumb people around them that don't know how to tell them what's the right thing to do or guide them right. So today we find out that he let off 14 shots. In this situation, we kind of takes us back. We got to go back a little bit before we go forward. He got arrested in April last year. And when he got arrested, when you see the video of what actually went down, it looks so savage on camera. But we were under the impression that a promoter tried to short on him on his money.
Chad Mills, the St. Petersburg Police Department says it's arrested 3 gang members after a shooting on Easter Sunday outside of St. Pete. Innocent people.
We're very fortunate that no one was killed. We put a group away this week. And if anybody else think they're going to try to do this, we'll put another group away.
So at the time, when you see the video, you're just like, yo, Rod Wave is putting in work out here, man. But it makes me go, another dumb-ass rapper. I don't get why you were even involved in a situation like that at all. And if that's what's going to happen, you're not supposed to be on camera being seen standing there looking like the number 10. He would get arrested in a raid that actually would go down the next day. Now, at that raid, he would be released, and everybody would be like, well, if you get released, then Rod Wave ain't do nothing, right?
Police say a beef between one man and 4 others caused the violence.
The intended targets, we don't believe, were even the ones that were injured.
Police say the homes raided in St. Pete and Palmetto are rented by local rapper Rod Wave, who isn't being investigated for the shooting, but is being investigated for what was found in the homes. The rapper Rod Wave was actually incorrectly arrested by Manatee County Sheriff's Office in the aftermath of the raid. For being a felon in possession of ammunition, Rod Wave is not a convicted felon, though.
So I was like, damn, Rod Wave ain't do nothing, boy. They let that man out, free the boy, all that. I thought it was all good. But everything would change today. Today, we would find out that Rod Wave would be arrested in Florida for something that is insane. Rod Wave shot his girlfriend's G-Wagon 14 times after an argument. At 2021 hours, Mr. Green and Miss Andrews and Mr. Green's associate are then observed walking out of the residence. Mr. Green and the associate are both carrying bags, what appears to be a box from the residence, as Miss Andrews follows. There is no audio with the video, but it appears that Miss Andrews and Mr. Green are in a verbal argument, and it appears that Miss Andrews yells at Mr. Green. Mr. Green then pulls out a Glock 20 10mm strap from under his left arm, that he is taking from the residence, and he walks through the garage courtyard. He opens fire at Miss Andrews' Mercedes G-Wagon, firing 14 rounds in total, emptying the pistol's magazine. Miss Andrews' 2025 Mercedes G-Wagon was struck by 11 rounds. This would not be the first time that Rod Wave would even get charges like this. Seriously, this same exact girl that he caught the new charges with, he caught similar charges in 2022. Now, when he caught them charges, at first it was for putting his hands around that dope. And then later the charges will be dropped because Shorty would never go to court. So I don't even know why he's in this situation again. What is going on in 2025 where you got guys crashing out on their girl? You're not crashing out on no guys. You're not pressing up on no guys. You crashing out on your girl. Now, I do kind of feel why he would do that. This is Rod Wave. Maybe he probably paid for the car. Ladies, y'all got to realize in the end of the day, when people buy things, they can do whatever they want to do with their property. It's just the way that it goes. But legally, you can't let off the whang, whang, whang at your property in Florida and not think that you're going to face no slew of charges. So we're going to read these charges out, man. It's a lot. Aggravated assault, man. Possession of firearm or knife during the commission or attempt to commit certain felonies. Pointing or aiming a strap or pistol at another. Reckless conduct. Criminal damage to property. Second degree. Willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, misdemeanor. Tampering with evidence, felony. Possession of firearm or knife during a commission or attempt to commit certain felonies. Simple assault. Reckless conduct. Criminal damage to property. Second degree. Willful obstruction of lawful enforcement officers, misdemeanor. Tampering with evidence, felony. Conspiracy to commit a felony. And yeah, before we go paint Rod Wave as the bad guy, I need everybody in the comments to ask a question. What would make a guy do all of this? And that question comes from these situations that most of us guys have been in where a woman might take things too far. And then a guy might take things too far. And I'm not approving guys taking out the blick and letting it off. But what I'm saying is you have to look at where it comes from. I don't think that this guy woke up one day and decided to do that. I'm almost 99% sure he probably bought that same G-Wagon. Okay? There's something wrong in this situation that would make him want to throw it all away in that situation. Now, a lot of you people that are going to be, overly critical have never really been through nothing. You ain't never been in a situation where a woman is pushing you to a limit. And I'm not saying you should respond like that, but you have to be in that situation, get out that situation to know what's right. There's a lot of guys that get put into those situations and they do the wrong thing. Not because they're stupid, but they just don't know what to do at that moment. So I want to know what you guys feel about Rod Wave. I do think he is pretty dumb. I do think this was a crazy, wild situation. But I want to know overall what are y'all feeling based off what I say. Does it kind of change what y'all feel? This channel was all about connecting, bro. I gave y'all my opinion the whole time, so make sure y'all let me know what y'all feel. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the top bell, and I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out of here.